Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elliot Webber, and yeah, it has been a long time since I've made a video. Of course, the last one I made was of course a little short celebratory video celebrating 200 subscribers. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's only like 90 seconds long. But yeah, reason why is because obviously, as we know, we haven't had many actual driver announcements these past few weeks. Of course, the announcements coming out of BTCC drivers have been, well, I can't afford to race at BTCC anymore. Of course, as we know, Jack Butel and Dan Lloyd will both be moving out of BTCC into the Porsche Carrera Cup. They will both be teammates, funny enough. Of course, two drivers who have always struggled with budget. Dan Lloyd especially has been very vocal about his funds and his funding. So of course it is a huge shame to see Butel and Dan Lloyd go. More so Dan Lloyd, no disrespect to Jack Butel, but Dan Lloyd is seemingly currently one of the bigger names that have left BTCC. Dexter Patterson as well has moved on. He'll be moving into the European GT4 Championship, so a big shame for Dexter, especially him, because of course he was one of the younger drivers coming up, and he definitely had some potential, had a season best P6 in 2023. Stephen Jelly has moved on. He has announced he has left BTCC as well as WSR, so of course there is an extra seat at BMW. Rumours are that could go to Ricky Collard. Won't be surprised, but I'd very much love to see that. And of course, more recently, Rory Butcher has announced he is leaving BTCC in 2024. While I do think budget has come into effect a little bit with Rory, I think it is more he wants to spend more time with his family. Of course, he lives up in Scotland and he's traveling the country every year, so of course I'm sure it's more family thing for Rory rather than budget. But even so, to all the drivers who have moved on, I really hope we can see him be successful in wherever they're racing next, and of course we hope to see him back in BTCC. But nevertheless, we finally have an actual driver announcement for the first time in what's been, I think, almost a month since the last announcement, and that is Josh Cook has moved from One Motorsport and he is joining Speedworks / Toyota for 2024. So as always, let's get straight into this. Yeah, guys, that is right. It was announced just a few minutes ago, in fact, that Josh Cook will be leaving One Motorsport and he has moved to the factory Toyota Gazoo racing team, also known as Speedworks. First of all, is this a shock move? Kind of. I think a few people did expect Josh Cook to return to One Motorsport. I didn't. I think looking back at my predictions, I do think I said Cook to Toyota. I think I did. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I actually said Josh Cook is going to go to Toyota in 2024. Well, he kind of has and he kind of hasn't. It was announced in the press article released with the Josh Cook announcement that Toyota / Speedworks will be using 2 teams and 4 cars. Of course, when the TBLs came out earlier this month, it was confirmed that Toyota would be having 4 cars, and they have officially announced their plans for those 4 cars, and that is being 2 cars in Toyota branded Gazoo colours, and then 2 cars branded in what will be Josh Cook's sort of colours. Of course, he's brought over all of his sponsors from One Motorsport, including Starline, Euro Car Parts, and a few others that will be a part of the title sponsorship for the secondary team. It is being branded as a satellite team, so basically a B team to the main Toyota team. However, I don't think Josh Cook is going to be a B team driver. I certainly believe that Josh Cook, now he's got his hands on proper factory machinery, which means of course a factory car, a team with factory backing with Toyota, and of course a factory engine, which he did kind of have last year in 2023 with Honda and Team Dynamics helping One Motorsport throughout the season. But I think now firmly Josh Cook has some proper race winning machinery. I think there is no doubt that Josh Cook can be considered a dark horse for the championship. We saw massive improvement from Toyota in 2023. Of course, Rory Butcher won a race last year. We saw George Gamble have a few decent results. Of course, I think he struggled though with front-wheel drive. And of course, Ricky Collard, a phenomenal season Ricky had in 2023 with multiple qualifying stardoms, a podium, of course, that race win that he should have won, but he didn't, even though he definitely should have won that race. But even so, we know, of course, Ricky Collard's talents and how well he performed at Toyota last year, the top Toyota driver in the championship, funny enough. So yeah, I think Josh Cook This is definitely a great move for him. It's definitely a great move for Speedworks as well, because they've now acquired a top tier championship level driver. I firmly believe that Josh Cook has the talent to win a championship. I think it's just the fact that maybe, just maybe, he might become a nearly man. We know he's pushing into his 30s now. We know, of course, he spent too much time in the midfield last year, and I'm definitely sure he'd love to be where his best mate Ash Sutton is at the minute, and that is winning multiple races, dominating races in some form, and of course fighting for the championship, which I no doubt believe Josh Cook can do. Again, it also just depends on who else Toyota sign. Of course, as if some of you don't know already, there has been some murmurs that Rob Huff could be moving to Toyota, some murmurs that Andrew Watson could be moving to Toyota. But yeah, who knows? There are a lot of seats available with all these guys moving on. But yeah, I think this is definitely a good move for Josh Cook, and of course for Speedworks and Toyota. What do I make of the livery as well? They released a sort of a mock-up livery, a rendering of sorts of what the livery could and potentially will look like going into 2024. It's basically the One Motorsport livery, just on a Toyota, but I'll leave some pictures up for you so you can check it out. Yeah, personally, I think it's a great livery, of course, even though it is pretty much the same as what it was on the One Motorsport Honda last year. But even so, I think Josh Cook is in for a phenomenal season ahead of him. He's finally got a car that can definitely win races. The Toyota Corolla, it's of course pushing into its 5th or 6th year now in BTCC, but even so, the Toyota Corolla is still a great car. It's got a great engine behind it in that new Toyota engine from the Toyota Supra, funny enough. But even so, it's got a great car, great engine, a great team. Speedworks, we know how good of a team they are. Whilst they may not be championship winning, they might not be a championship winning team. Just look at what Tom Ingram did. He turned that car into a championship contender and a race winner, and I firmly believe Josh Cook is going to do the same. And if not, depending on who else Toyota sign, in a hypothetical world, let's say the lineup is Rob Huff, Andrew Watson, Josh Cook and someone else, I firmly believe that Josh Cook could be the best out of those 4 drivers, whoever they may be. But of course, we will have to wait and see. I do still believe that Rob Huff will come to BTCC in 2024. I think that's just a matter of when he gets announced, in my opinion. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. What's your reaction to Josh Cook joining Toyota? Is he finally going to be a championship contender in 2024? Will he finally stick it to his best mate Ash Sutton? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, who do you think his teammate's going to be? Because we now know that he will have a teammate in his Starline branded colours, and going by the entire livery, it seems like that maybe, just maybe, Aidan Moffat's going to join him at Toyota, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and who do you think will be in the main Toyota Gazoo racing team in the Gazoo colours? Do you think it will be Andrew Watson and Rob Huff, or do you think it will be someone else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, if you're new around here, be sure to like this video, share with your mates as well, because it of course does help my channel grow, and of course press that subscribe button, because we are now on the road to 300 subscribers. Yep. 300 subs. Wow, that's good. It seems quite a way away, but we hit 200 so quickly. So yeah, who knows? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.